for the show.
Stress up.
We always number one when she gets up.
What's up, everybody? How are y'all doing? My name is Brandon DeVictrum. I am one half of the executive producing team of Set It Off ATL, as well as Reggie, who could not be with us tonight, unfortunately. But we also have Mr. Tonio Whipple here, who's going to do the live after show with us tonight. So everybody kick back, feel free to jump in the live, ask us any questions. I'm usually not in front of the camera, so please do not mind me. I'm awkward, but we're just gonna hop into it. So, Antonio,
yes, sir.
We were gonna have you here last week. Yeah. Things went the way they went, but it was Thanksgiving weekend. But you know what? We all made it here now, so we got 2 episodes that we can talk to you about. Right. So let's rewind. I'm sorry about that, y'all. We had a few technical difficulties, but like I was saying, you and Black coincidentally ended up performing at the exact same show, the Pass the Aux concert last year. So tell us, how did that come about?
Okay, that actually came about by me actually just reaching out to the promoter. When I found out about the event and he was going to be there, I said, okay, I'm gonna go, because I was gonna go anyway. I had just left the studio working on one of my songs. So I said, he's missed my performance not once, but twice. And each time he has these excuses. So for me, it was a matter of he would have no excuse not to be there.
Okay.
So I'm going to perform. Black's always prided himself on being a professional and always prepared.
Okay.
So I felt like, if I would have done the song, he would have been prepared and we could have at least got the exposure that we wanted, I wanted for the song.
Okay. So what it sounds like to me you're saying is Black was already performing there. He didn't know that you were going to get added to the lineup, but you got yourself added to the lineup because you wanted to.
I wanted to share the stage with Black and perform that song.
Okay.
Like, in all honesty, that's simple as that. I wanted to share the stage with Black and perform that song. As I've said before, Black has been one of the people who was always telling me, you should push your music, you should do this, you should do that. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna go perform.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't understand, like, for me, coming from a whole different side of entertainment, there's nerves with that. There's concern, will I be received well? So for Black, having been one of those people during that time that was saying he was in my corner and not showing up to numerous events with me, it was a little disheartening. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It hurt me to the point that I was like, do I really want to do this? Am I going to be received well? Mm-hmm. So I wanted his support. I wanted to be able to share the stage with him. If you see, after I got off stage, like, my stage performance during that time was 10 times better than it was the previous time. Because I, at that moment, felt I had someone who supported me.
Okay. So you feel like you and Black perform well together. It brings out a better you when you're performing with Black.
Yeah, I do.
Interesting. Okay. All right. So shortly after that, we saw the beginning of the altercation between you and Black outside. Give us a little more backstory as to what was going on in that moment. How did we get to that point?
We got to that point, if you see in tonight's episode, I was okay for a moment with, and owning, hey, I was being petty. I intended to be petty. Again, I've said it numerous times, if you don't give me a reason to be petty, I won't be petty.
Okay.
So I responded. You know what I'm saying? You missed my performance. I responded. I wanted to perform the song. And everyone keeps saying, well, why you just didn't tell him? I felt like every time I tried to go to him about it, it was always an excuse. So this time I wanted to eliminate the excuse. So I did it. And like I said, if you listen, I think things shifted when, for one, it was too many other people outside.
Yeah.
Other people were putting their inputs in, and they're only getting what they see at this moment. They don't know the history.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know the repetitive behaviors and things like that has happened over the time that's boiling inside of me. A lot of people didn't know that I had just, before he missed my performance, invited him to a sauna to relax.
Mm-hmm.
So things shifted for me when he said, you don't care. You don't care about my health. That triggered me because I'm like, that's a fucking lie. Just last week, we had a whole conversation about that. I took you to relax because of your health. So things shifted to me with that happened, and then he started with the name calling and things like that. Because for me, if you're my friend, all of this don't come out of nowhere. This don't come out of nowhere. So if you see, that's when I got upset. Because and like I said, you switched that quick.
Okay, that's fine. So do you feel that the way that your and Black's relationship, friendship, whatever it was at the time, is being portrayed and is being portrayed accurately on the show? Or do you feel like there's things that the viewers aren't privy to that may, if they didn't know what was going on, they may feel a different way? Or do you feel like it's coming off the right way to them?
Well, I think if you talk about over this whole platform, I think it comes off the way it needs to, because that's the way things happen.
Okay.
That's the way things transpire. I think what a lot of people are forgetting and omitting is the fact that there's a whole pilot season out there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a pilot season out there that has bonus clips, deleted scenes, things that will reference a little bit more of the history so that they can understand a little more. Because if you watch the reunion, in the reunion, I'm approaching him about the same thing in the reunion. And there was previous conversations that was had before that. If you watch the reunion, I said in the reunion, I've addressed this with you twice already. So that made the third time. And then here we are at the sauna, addressing it again. That's 4 times that I've brought this to you. So anyone that's still trying to have a relationship or still trying to give someone another chance will be frustrated.
Okay.
So, I'm done.
So you are completely done with Black. There's no, we can reconcile the situation, nothing.
I feel like I'll be doing self-sabotage.
Okay.
I worked too hard on myself to get where I am now,
Mm-hmm.
as far as my mental, my spiritual being, and just being solid with who I am as a person. Even watching that episode, I seen a lot of hurt in my face. And then a lot of things just came full circle. Me watching the episode, I'm like, damn, all of this shit literally happened around the time of my brother's birthday. Mm-hmm. If you never lost someone that close to you, who was always big on their birthdays, you don't understand the amount of emotional damage that you are still going through. And it was still fairly fresh. This was the second year that I'm having to deal with this, and feeling like I'm being attacked by people who I'm trying to get to know, who I'm trying to build friendships with. I didn't have to do that. Okay. And not to make myself sound like the best thing walking, but it's a privilege to get to know me. Because I feel like, I have a lot to offer. Anyone who's been friends with me, who are friends with me, they understand that, like, I'm not this evil person, but I do respond. Mm-hmm. And 9 times out of 10, after the first or second incidents that I've had with my friends, we now know how to handle each other. For someone who was trying to be my friend, and after 5 attempts, you still don't know how to handle me, mm-hmm. I'm not going to give myself to you no more.
Okay. Well, since we're talking about you giving yourself or a little bit of yourself to other people, before we go to the commercial break, we're going to play a little game. Okay? So in this game, you're going to tell us, hopefully we'll get a little more insight into who who you have tried to give your attention to this year on the show, and who you just okay with just sayonara. There's no reason, okay?
Okay.
So I'm just gonna throw out someone's name. You're gonna say yes, you would like to give more attention to them, hang out with them more, get to know them more, or you just like I'm good on that, okay?
Okay.
So let's go with Terrence.
More attention.
More attention, okay? Do you feel like you need to get to know him more, or you just like want to be around?
Well, me and Terrence, we have a great relationship.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even feel like it's more needed there. Like,
Okay.
what we give to each other, you know, on our friend level is adequate enough.
Okay. All right. Delon.
I do think Delon needs more.
Okay.
Delon needs more. And I say that because Delon, you know, he's starting his acting career, you know, and I think, you know, that's something that he wants to you know, venture deeper into.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that, as well as, you know, I don't think Delon gets out as much. So I would say, yeah, I would like to get to know him more.
Okay.
So.
Oh, sorry, my bad. What about Marciano?
Oh, I definitely need to know more about Marciano.
Marciano.
I think we all do. Do y'all feel like y'all need to know more about Marciano? Y'all wonder where Marcio at?
You would like to get to know Marciano,
Right.
Okay, all right. Rodney.
I feel like I've gotten to know Rodney.
Okay.
I'm good with Rodney.
So no more, or you just like we're.
Let me just say this.
Okay.
A lot of these people that you're naming, I'm good with. Mm-hmm. I feel like we're good where we are.
Okay.
You know, sometimes you don't need to dig deeper and get too attached to some people. And I've learned that over the duration of this show.
Okay.
Some people you don't need to be that close to.
Okay, let me kick into my inner Reggie or Regina. Let's go with JT.
We're good.
We're good.
We're good.
Okay.
I don't need to know more about JT.
Okay.
I don't think she needs to know more about me.
Okay.
We good.
We're good.
We good.
Okay. No, there's no black.
We see each
bad
other.
Blood. Y'all see.
We see each other.
Okay, that's good. Sometimes that's a good place to be. What about Tell It?
I've known Tell It for years. At this point, Tell It. We're good.
Okay.
We're good.
Bus Clown.
I do need to see more about, I do feel I need to give more to myself to Bus Clown, as well as, and not just in the sense of me feeling like I need to give more to him. Mm-hmm. I feel like Bus Clown has a lot to offer a lot of us. So you know what I'm saying? I think, you know, he's someone I feel like I should get to know more.
Okay, all right. Let's go to Chauncey.
That's not a bad y'all. Before y'all start trying to read me, I feel like I was going the wrong way. Chauncey reminds me a lot of myself.
Okay.
He can be headstrong at times, but I think, you know, he has a sensitive side of him that he don't like to show people, and I get it because you can't show everybody that sensitive side of you because some people use it and victimize you with it. Okay. So I get it. I do feel like, you know, Chauncey is someone I definitely feel like I need to get to know more because I do feel like there has been instances where I've handled him wrong as well. Mm-hmm. So if we have the opportunity to do that, I'll do that.
Okay. And we're going to round it out with Black. What does that mean? No words.
I have nothing to give.
You have nothing to give.
I have nothing to give.
Okay. All right. Well, on that note, we are going to go to our first commercial break. Y'all make sure that y'all stay tuned, kick back, light up something good, get y'all something good to drink. We'll be right here after these commercial breaks.
Get ready for the show.
Stress up.
We always number one when she gets up.
Have you been to Old School Flavor? That's right, we're located in downtown Stone Mountain. We're open Wednesday through Sunday. Wednesdays and Thursdays 12 to 6, Fridays and Saturdays 12 to 9, and Sundays 12 to 6. We are known as the home of the $13 oxtail plate, where you can come in on Sundays and get a meat and 2 sides for just $13. Any other day, you can try our infamous mojo, our hamburgers, our delicious wings, our Phillies, our gyros, and more. Come see us and savor the flavor at Old School Flavor, 470-767-8155.
Want beautiful skin the natural way? Then K3 is just for you. Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Black, that's BLAQ. And I don't know how many times I have been asked or even told that you have very nice skin or what do you use in your skin. And I don't know how many times I have told people that I just drink water. Drinking water don't always work for everybody. So what I've done is produced 2 products, well, multiple products actually, for you guys, just for you to use for your skin, to get that glow, that nice even tone. And if you want beautiful skin the natural way, make sure you purchase K3 today.
You hear me on these beats, I'm making hits back to back. That boy Red help me out. Now I'm growing where I'm at. I left that drummer with Corona, tell him Black told you that.
Get ready for the show.
Stress up, stress up.
We always number one when she get thumped.
All right, y'all. So we are back. Thank you all so much for tuning in and sticking in there with us. We are back here with Antonio of Set It Off ATL, and I'm Brandon Victram, the executive producer and owner of Pop Up Productions. So before we went to commercial break, we played a little game where you got to mention some people that you saw it for that you wanted to spend more time with, and a few people that you did not. But one of those people that you said that you wanted to, like you were good with, and you know y'all are in a good space, was Terrence. And I see that you are wearing Suavity by Styles.
Suavity. I actually modeled for, his promo when he was doing the line as well. So I definitely support it, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. I think it's some nice gear.
Okay. Does it feel good?
It feels good. It's good for the fall.
Okay.
Good colors. And then he got, different colors, different styles. I like that. It's a very eclectic, style.
Oh, come on. Terrence is a very eclectic person. I mean, I guess you could say he's an eclectic. He's just Terrence.
Yeah,
like,
he's just Terrence.
He's upbeat. People think that sometimes he's like animated, like overly animated, but that's
I
just
give him
Terrence.
animated sometimes.
But no, I really feel like that's just every time I've ever been around, like you either are gonna get like super animated, but that's him, Terrence, or you can just get someone who's like chill, but when he's like really, really chill, like he gotta have something going on. He's like thinking about something. Because otherwise, like he's always turned up. Like it's not an act. Like that's just him. I love it. I wish I could be like that. Hell, maybe I wouldn't have this damn stomach. So I was jumping around as much as he is. But okay, so I'm jumping around.
That's fine.
Various different places. So how do you feel as a viewer, because you weren't a part of this whole situation, with the whole I'm sorry to bring him up again, but I want to get to know how you feel about this. The whole Tell It situation with JT and Tell It. I mean, sorry, the Rodney situation with JT and Tell It.
I feel the same way I feel about when it came to my situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like when you are talking to either of them separately, it's easy to have a conversation with. Okay. It's easy to get a better understanding of who they are as a person. And I feel like if that was JT's angle to get to know Rodney during that moment, then get to know Rodney, because like you said, there's been multiple people that have come to you and told you different things about Rodney. So if you were trying to get to know Rodney, why bring another person in if you're trying to get to know him?
Mm-hmm. So you feel like you can somewhat relate to how Rodney felt in that moment.
Right.
Because of the situations that you have had with Taylor and JT, which segues into what we saw tonight, where DeLon had already had you over to his place. Y'all were having a conversation. And so DeLon also invited over JT, and Taylor came with JT as well. So, explain that situation.
Well, much like Rodney, I was blindsided.
Okay.
I felt a little ambushed during that time. And I think Carell, when he did the review last week, he was spot on when he said, how you going to put someone in an uncomfortable situation and then expect them to be rational?
Okay.
I love, his analogy on that, because that's how it was for me. You came with the intention of barking. When we initially agreed to have that sit-down conversation, it was supposed to be DeLon mediating, me and Shantika, and JT. And when we extended the invitation to JT, we said, we just want to hash it out. You know what I'm saying? Shantika was willing. Shantika said, I have no problem sitting down and talking to it, because what a lot of people is misconstruing and not understanding is I was getting to know them both. I did not have a friendship as solid with JT that I had established already with Shantika. And Shantika was also helping me in different areas in my life, business-wise and mentally. She literally had become like a big sister to me. And like I've said before, I was feeling alone in so many aspects of my life during that time. So Shantika came in and actually helped me. So if I have a group of people who's there talking about someone, and even in that moment, I said, don't be surprised if this get back to her.
Okay.
And Tell It at the time said, oh, I have no problem repeating what I said.
All right.
So when I was on the phone with Shantika, we was talking about business. And, Shantika's not around the group as much. So I'm like, in my spirit, I felt the need to let her know that, things were said about her. Because I would want someone to let me know if someone had said something about me. And it wasn't like they didn't get a forewarning. Now, did they get me going and say, oh, I'm going to go back and tell Shantika
I'm sorry about that, y'all. I don't know what happened, but we had, as Quan said in the chat, we had some testicle difficulties. Hopefully, y'all can hear us. Everything is back to normal. I have no idea what happened, but I apologize about that. But before we got interrupted, you were talking about how you didn't necessarily understand how they felt the way that they felt, but also if they didn't say what they said, then you wouldn't have anything to take back to Shanti.
Right. Now, do I hear them?
Mm-hmm.
Do I hear during the conversation where they said that they had this expectation of me? That's something that I received, but I can't go back and change it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it was even shown in that time on camera or on the show. I apologize. I did apologize during that time.
Okay.
But even after the apology, which I'm like I kept saying that time was our time of getting to know each other.
Mm-hmm.
You expect me to handle something a certain way, and I handle things a certain way.
Okay.
So in me getting to know you and you getting to know me, this is how you should expect things to be handled with me. I get now you expect it to be handled another way. And in the future, we can handle it like that.
Mm-hmm.
But if I've apologized and it's not happening again, why are you still attacking me?
Okay. All right. Taylor is in the chat, and he also said that you wanted JT there alone so you could overtalk and bully her. And y'all know with me, it's never happened.
I appreciate that.
Okay. I mean, like, do you feel like you would have tried to back her into a corner, bully her, or anything like that? Okay.
And she knows that.
So you feel like had Taylor not been there, it would have been a more civilized.
She knows that.
Okay.
JT knows that.
Okay.
That's where it's all humorous to me is because JT know that.
Bring him up. Okay. All right. So I think we have Reggie, aka Regina, in the chat. Hopefully we can get Regina up in here because, like I said, I hate doing this. So maybe Regina can talk a little bit. I'll just step away for a moment, okay?
Hey, Tonio, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Reggie. What's up?
Fantastic. Hey, everybody, I'm here. Sorry I can't be in front of the camera. I know y'all missed my face. Shout out to Brandon for being in front of the camera. That flannel look good on you, my boy. A little tight, but
It's a
you
little
like
tight.
it on you.
Pick up a little weight.
I'm talking about Brandon flannel, not you. The suavity look good on you, my boy. Suavity.
Yeah, the flannel. He said he was giving the little Regina tease. He got the beanie on and the flannel shirt.
Yeah, that's what it gives. Love the style, my boy. But I had to come on here and play devil's advocate a little bit. Can I do that with you? So you're saying, first off, just clear up something for me and the viewers. So there was a conversation between you and DeLon before JT and Taylor got there, correct?
Right.
So you and DeLon then said that conversation up, right?
No.
So I guess how JT set up Rodney, it kind of gave that possibly you and DeLon set up JT or try to set up JT. Get it? That's what viewers can possibly say.
No, and I want to clear it up. Thank you for asking, because before that happened, and like I said, Shantika was supposed to be there. JT knew that Shantika was expecting to be there, and she knew that DeLon was there. We FaceTimed JT and told JT what our expectations were. And my overall expectation was for us to come to a resolve, because although Shantika had her feelings about it, Shantika said, I'm willing to have a conversation with her. If it was not meant, the way it was brought to me or whatever, then, I'm fine with that. And a lot of people, and again, what I want you all to understand is a lot of people making it seem like I picked up the phone and I'm like, oh, Shantika, let me tell you what they were talking about you. No, that's not what happened. I'm on the phone with Shantika, again, talking business. And I'm sitting there on the phone with her, and it comes back in my head that someone said something about her. So I tell her. I didn't call her.
Antonio.
Yeah.
So Antonio, I guess from a viewer standpoint, when you tell Shantika, everybody knows Shantika is a peaceful person.
Right.
So thinking that maybe possibly she could have lived without that information. I mean, it wasn't like they were saying, "Oh, fuck Shantika, that we're gonna hurt her." Or something. They just made a comment about a little fun shade. We love fun shade.
Right.
So don't you think that was a little?
And again, the thing is that everyone's acting like everyone in this group of people have been friends for years, that we know how to handle everyone. And I think that gets misconstrued. So with me and Shantika getting to know each other, me and JT getting to know each other, I have to learn how to handle either of them. So if I'm hearing something, about Shantika from someone else, I also have to. I mean, it's a risky thing. It's a roulette type thing. You have to hit and miss sometimes in friendships to figure out, oh, this works for you. This is what you expect from me. Oh, this is what you don't like from me. And I think that's where we grow as people when we know those things. If I didn't know this, I have to go with what I know how I would respond. So me going back and telling her that, yeah, she probably could have went the rest of her life without knowing that. But I still had to find out.
Okay, so with the whole title of the episode being called "Hold Yourself Accountable," first off, so you feel like you held yourself accountable throughout that whole episode?
You say what?
You feel like you held yourself accountable the whole episode?
The entire episode I do.
The viewers felt like you was kind of causing all the problems. Some felt like felt sympathetic for you. Like they felt sympathetic that everybody kept coming at you. So being in that moment, you had to do your brother's balloon release and all that. Do you feel like it was just a lot? And there was a lot, just all that animosity, that anger was from dealing with your brother's balloon release as well?
I do.
That's real. That's real.
And that's another thing that everyone focused on the entertainment aspect of reality and don't understand that while there's things happening on camera, there's things happening off camera. And my reality was affecting, how I was portrayed on camera. And with people not knowing a lot of the things that were going on off camera, I can understand that.
So I see that Teller want to come up.
That's
I mean,
fine.
shit, I'm with him. Tell us that he got the tea. I don't know what tea he got. And real quick before we let Tell it up or whatever, I just want to know. So with the whole thing with Black, I'm out of here.
One second, if you don't mind, because I see what JT said. Accountability means not trying to claim your actions, just owning the wrong dealings, whatever. I understand that, but I owned my wrongdoing. I said I apologize. I wanted to move forward. You all wanted me to change who I am in that moment. I can't do that.
So you're saying the way you was back in that moment, you was comfortable with who you was in that moment.
That was my defense mechanism. A lot of people you can't see that. That was a defense mechanism. Again, I was going through a lot. I was feeling attacked. So, like I said, and I'm not here to rehash things that happened months ago or earlier this year. JT and I have since come to terms, I believe. So there's no need for us to let things that happen bring shit back up. We know how we stand, and that's it.
So, and Black just said, but people told you were going to look weird and you choose to proceed. What do you think he mean by that? You hear me, Antonio?
I heard you.
Oh, quiet. Fantastic. Love the silence. So going back to that moment, 'cause I didn't get to ask my question about the whole Pastor Ox thing. As unfortunately with me doing the editing, I couldn't show every moment because y'all was arguing for a good minute. So I guess you say that you're done with him. But looking from a camera person, and maybe Brandon can even agree, that I feel like you're not done with that man. I personally feel like that, there was a lot left unsaid in that moment. And no, you don't think there was nothing left to be said.
No.
You know, I think the viewers are sad that they see you in black going hit like this. And the viewers are very sad about that.
That's fine.
Jesus Christ. Well, we're not getting nowhere. Um, I don't know. I'm not there. Can we let anybody else up? Does anybody want to come up? Black, you want to come up? Does anybody want to come up? Like, I feel like anybody should come up and hear other sides to things. Oh well. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Okay, put it on.
Who just came up? I can't see.
Tell it.
Tell it, my boy.
What's up, Tally?
But people be saying tell it name like Talent, Talisha, everybody for pronunciation is tell it. Tell it. Tell it.
Hey, y'all.
What up, Tally?
Hey, Antonio. Now, of course, we ain't gonna be up here arguing and shit because this is old shit. We just telling a story.
That's fine.
Period. So, I kind of feel like this, and don't interrupt me either. Y'all, you know that majority of person who has something to say, and you know I was joking, was me. Only thing JT said was the one thing about the ice and the water, right? So when you went back and told her stuff and she was feeling some type.
What just happened? Maybe it's his phone because we still live.
Hell,
you hear me? You said what?
Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. What's the last word you heard?
Don't interrupt you.
It was gone that long down. Oh, no, but I was saying like pretty much with the whole thing, you know that I was really the one that was saying the things about Shantika, but it was jokingly. It was all like jokingly, you know, but I guess you felt the way and I give you that. And you know, the only thing JT really said was the ice and the water thing. So I kind of felt like when you did take that back, like I had asked you, I'm like, did you tell her I was saying too? And you was like, yeah. And I had asked you, I'm like, well, why would you even do that? Because you know what type of time I'm on, and I wasn't even serious about that. I was kidding. And I kind of felt like you was trying to get something started between us for maybe your storyline, your part, or whatever. But you know how I am. You know I'm gonna jump from 0 to 100. So I feel like you didn't want to deal with that, and you started to just push the JT thing because you know it's a little easier to deal with her. So of course I came to Delon's
Not
crib.
the storyline.
Of course I came to Delon crib because you know, and I'm not gonna spill the beans, but it's too many occasions where y'all couldn't deal with my mouth, so y'all decided to go and take it up with JT, and that's not fair to JT because she really be minimal. Now she be with me, and she ain't no pussy neither. She can hold her own shit. She do be right there. But what I'm saying is, don't take situations that was primarily based around me and take a piece of what JT did and try to push a story on that. And that's why I came, because she definitely called me and was like, why am I going over to the line house to do a damn mediation with Shantika and Antonio? I'm like, girl, what? For what? She talking about because of what was going on at the, you know, little party we was at. And I'm like, well, girl, no, you know that's when we had our whole separate conversation. I was like, why would you do that? We talked on the phone. You know, we had just been out your birthday for your house and all type of shit. So, you know, this was crazy to me. And then with you saying like, oh, I just popped up and I just came. Hell yeah. Because why y'all trying to push JT like she was the only one and like she was the main person, like she had a problem? All she said was ice in the water. That wasn't shit. If anything, my jokes was the one that took the cake. So I was just like, why are you doing that to her? Y'all trying to bully her, and that's my girl. Now, of course, I'm cool because if y'all ain't pressing me, great. But I'm the one that made the damn comments. Why the hell is y'all trying to press JT so hard? Is it for the storyline? Now, if that's for the storyline, cool. But if we speaking facts, I just feel like y'all didn't want to deal with me because y'all know I go from 0 to 1,000. As soon as some shit gets stupid, and y'all didn't want to deal with that. But JT will talk to y'all all night. I ain't doing that. So
I know you said don't interrupt you.
That was it.
Real quick.
No, I ain't interrupted. I'm done.
But I had to sit here. I like ask you. So why I got from your whole story is basically don't bully JT because these girls are trying to use her for a storyline. Did I get that correctly?
I feel
that's the synopsis I got.
I feel like when things go down, like it when y'all will see, but when things go down, this is just the first thing y'all kind of see, but because part of it was off camera. So it's easy to be made into whatever direction you want it to go. But if you had the full storyline, this was really an issue based off something I said, and then they kind of pushed it on to JT. Like when she called me, like, oh, they trying to have a mediation. I'm like, a mediation for what? She's like, yeah, bitch, we going. And I'm like, of course I'm coming, because girl, how they gonna have a mediation about you and some shit that really I said? So it was crazy as hell to me. And I just felt like they just want to bully her because JT not gonna be like, she gonna stand up for herself and shit, but she not gonna take it to that level where, you know, I am, because y'all not gonna lie on my name. And I like I said, I didn't mind repeating nothing to Shantika because we wasn't dogging Shantika. You know, it was more of it was joking, but I understand that being his friend. I just wish he would have checked shit right then and there. If he would have been like, okay, y'all, shut the fuck up, Shantika, my girl, then I would have been like, oh, well, excuse me, I was kidding, but you know, I like Shantika too. She cool, but it was a key. But I do understand where he was coming from. I don't want that to go unnoticed. I just don't appreciate that he tried to push that whole thing, having mediations with JT and Shantika, as if that was the core of the thing. I felt like it was only because you could do that with JT without having to really deal with nothing. Like it was an easier move to make. That's just how I feel.
Okay, well, I get it. Antonio, you want to say anything?
I don't mind saying I heard you. You know, it's been said that I don't listen. So I listen. I heard everything you have to say. I don't agree with everything you said, but I do hear you. And for me, it's more so like this. When it was brought up, I never said JT's name. I actually said your name. And I only said JT. I never said JT's name. When she responded in the chat, Buzz Clown mentioned JT's name. Once he mentioned JT's name, I'm like, oh shit. And I've even said it to JT. At that moment, I'm like, I went back and told her, but it wasn't JT. I mean, it wasn't Tell It that said it. Apparently it was JT. So where I will stand corrected is giving misinformation about who made the statement. So for JT to then come at me and feel like she needed to check me on a friendship and felt like I betrayed her trust, when again, I didn't say that it was her who said it. It was JT. That it was Buzz Clown that mentioned that it was JT that said it. Had I known JT said it, probably would have handled it a little different. Tell It. I heard how you expected it. Again, that was our first incident where we had issues. So I hear you, and it's received.
All right, gentlemen. So we're gonna go to commercial break real quick, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk to more shit. All right, guys. We'll see when we get back.
Get ready for the show.
Stress up.
We always number one when she get thumped.
Get the fuck up out my shirt. I got bash, bitch. I got crew neck, bitch. I got V-neck, bitch. Get out my shirt,
This nigga all up in my shirt. Why he all up in my shirt? All up in my shirt. Why he all up in my shirt? All up in my shirt. All up in my shirt. All up in my shirt. Why he all up in my shirt? Bag, home. Bag, home. This nigga all up in my shirt. Why he all up in my shirt? All up in my shirt. Why he all up in my shirt? See, I'm a badass bitch, and y'all hate to fucking say it, but you bitches keep it cute, cause I'm hood and I'm gon' spray it. I will add this bitch out. It's shocking, bitches can't taste it. I'm popping like I'm some bacon. I'm dreaded like I'm Jamaican. Where my bad bitches at? I'm looking for them in the front row. Pretty girls getting money straight up out the ghetto. Always been a classy bitch and know I'm quick to take it up. I start tying up my hair, no one these bitches get in touch. I see hoes be hating, they be flexing, but I'm real about it. I just keep on laughing cause I'm winning, ain't no way around it. Pretty like a model, but I'm gangster like a Taliban. You hear that clapping sound, that's my ass, not my hand, bitch. All up in my shirt, why he all up in my shirt? All up in my shirt, why he all up in my shirt? All up in my shirt, all up in my shirt, all up in my shirt, why he all up in my shirt? Bag back, hoe, bag back, hoe, bag back, hoe, bag back, hoe. This nigga all up in my shirt, why he all up in my shirt? All up in my shirt, why he all up in my shirt? Clap, 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 throwing ass on your nigga, hoe. Slap, 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 cause your bitch is a silly hoe. Wanna stroke my dick with his tongue and my booty hole. Sucking on my toes, showing love to my nipples. All up in my shirt is an understatement. That nigga was all up in my guts, no exaggeration. Blowing out my back, I get on that dick, no hesitation. Bouncing up and down on the tippy, I be levitating higher maintenance. Bitch, I'm busting, so I tighten up my walls. He keep stroking, sucking, touching, no masturbating involved. Nigga hit it from the side, say he wanna stick by it. Put a price on that pussy, he wanna slick by it. All up in my shirt, why he all up in my shirt? All up in my shirt, why he all up in my shirt? All up in my shirt, all up in my shirt, all up in my shirt, why he all up in my shirt? Bag back, hoe, bag back, hoe, bag.
I mean, get the fuck up out my shirt. I mean, I got mesh, bitch. I got crew neck, bitch. I got V-neck, bitch. I mean, get out my shirt,
bitch. This nigga all up in my shirt. Why he all up in my shirt? All up in my shirt. Why he all up in my shirt? All up in my shirt. All up in my shirt. All up in my shirt. Why he all up in my shirt? Bag back, hoe. Bag back, hoe. Bag back, hoe.
Ready for the show.
Stress up.
We always number one when she get thumped.
Right. But yeah, welcome back, guys. We're back. We are back. It's your boy Reggie. I'm hosting from behind the scenes with your boy Tonio. You know, and we got Taylor still. I think Taylor's still there on live as well. So we're back with the conversation.
Period. So my last question tonight. So Antonio, just to for the viewers, because you told them when he asked you about me, you was like, I don't know, but we definitely good, child. But was it for the storyline for you coming in? Because I think if it was genuine, if you didn't bring JT name in it, because the only way you should have been having to sit down should have been with me, because technically you said you brought my name. Right. So if it was genuine, do you think you should have sat down Bus Clown and JT and Shantika since you didn't bring JT in it?
What you mean Bus Clown?
Oh, Bus Clown, you in here? What you
saying? Hold up. Bus Clown put that had you in the group chat, Antonio, about the iced tea thing, remember?
All right.
And so don't you think? So I guess what Taylor's asking is,
okay.
Do you feel
okay.
like? Oh, go ahead.
You want me? Okay. Well, so to answer your question, the only reason I even wanted to sit down with the both of them is because, as they said, we were supposed to get to know each other, right?
Right.
So I felt that I would have been able to have a conversation. If I was the one who misconstrued anything, I was willing to have a conversation with both of them.
Right.
Part in it, apologize, and resolve it. There would be no need for any back and forth. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like with Shantika not being at the conversation, it kind of hurt it a little bit.
Yeah.
Because then I would have had someone who would have been able to say, he didn't bring it to me like that. I appreciated him for, letting me know. And then they would be able to see that the energy that they felt that she was giving wasn't that. I think had we had the conversation like I anticipated it, we could have got a lot further in that conversation. Because like I said before, JT know I wasn't trying to come bully her. She knew I wasn't coming on that type of time.
Well, of course, that she in here. But she didn't know because she wouldn't have asked me to come. I think if it would have been understood, that's why I was saying, like, because I wouldn't have if she handled her own shit. So, but it was when she was like, Antonio want to meet with Shantika and what to do. And I'm just like, why? And she was like, I don't know. And I'm like, but you said you didn't say JT name. So it was like,
before we even had that sit down, when we called JT on the phone to tell her that, JT immediately answered the phone hostile. I was laughing with JT, so she knew I wasn't on that type of time. I was like, JT, just come on and have the conversation. It ain't even nothing like that. That's what it was. Like like I wanted her to understand that I wasn't even coming on that time.
Yeah.
Oh, did we lose Antonio?
Did we
lose Antonio come back? Oh, there we go. There we go.
I just through the season, like through certain situations, like I just see now the Rodney situation. I'll give y'all if y'all want to call JT a setup or whatever the case may be. But I was making runs already in the way. I knew they ass was filming, but shit, by the time we was going out, shit, I'm like they gonna be done, shit. So when I popped up, that's when I knew they ass was up in there. So if y'all want to try to get up for that, whatever. But the line thing, I don't feel like that was so. I feel like, of course, she gonna bring me if you know what I'm saying, was already saying that, you know what I'm saying, the whole situation, what happened, me and her was talking, so it was just weird that you were only like singling her out with the whole situation. So that's why I felt like it was trying to give bullying, because I'm like, well, if that's the case, address everybody.
So Telly, I do have a question for you though, real quick. So Telly, I never saw you as the type of girl to have, what's the word I'm looking for? Like feelings in terms of like carrying what people have to say or when people fuck you over and stuff like that. You kind of brush them over the shoulder. But in that scene, I was alighting a little bit to see that you kind of looking at Tonio kind of crazy because y'all had some form of relationship or friendship or acquaintanceship, whatever you want to call it. So did you feel fucked over by Antonio because he kind of did all that? He kind of went behind your back and told Shantika stuff? Hello? Am I in here by myself? Well, I don't know who can hear me, but I guess we have some technical difficulties. Uh, Make sure y'all follow Pop Up Productions on the Pop Up Productions YouTube page. All that good jazz.
We gotta go to a commercial.
Everybody go commercial break? Okay.
Yeah, go to a commercial.
Get ready for the show.
Stress up.
We always number one when she get thumped. for the show.
Stress up, stress up.
We always number one when she get thumped.
Hello?
Is it work?
Is it working? Tell, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Well, I guess we're just waiting for Tonio to confirm.
Damn, is his muted?
Yeah. You know, this is what happens when you don't have the professional on board. It's okay. Professional will be back next week. Hey, you get that cough together. What's going on?
That's what happened when you hitting that gas.
Catherine. All right, now I'm playing. Now, Taylor got the gas.
Period.
But Taylor, did you hear my question before we went to commercial?
What was it?
I said I always saw you as a person who don't really show your feelings or like give a fuck about what people say or do things to you. But in that scene, you kind of show like you felt some type of way that Antonio kind of went back and told misinformation or even repeated what you said. I thought you like kind of had your own thing going on, right? It make you feel no type of way personal on a personal level.
Hell yeah, Antonio. We've been on each other for a long ass time. Like we was on the first season to set it off together. So I've been knowing Antonio. So it was like I knew him when he wanted people to call him Randy. Damn it. So I'm like, don't even do like you could have checked me. He know me, so he know like he could have checked that shit right then and there, and then I would have let him know then and there like, oh, it ain't even like that. But when he did, let it be known he was gonna go back and say something. He never said he was going to be the one. He said somebody. He was like, oh, well, don't be surprised if somebody go say something. We are thinking he talking about like London. Like, we ain't thinking he talking about him. Right. We thinking he talking about London. So when when it started coming out and Shantika made her message in the group chat, that's when I was like, damn, London moved quick. I'm like, damn, he went in and told. I don't even know how it came out that it was Antonio. I forgot. Y'all know I'll be high. But when it came out that it was Antonio, that's when I was like, damn, he's supposed to be my friend. Like, I wouldn't have did him like that. If he was talking shit about JT or about Bus Clown, I would have been like, yeah, Antonio, that's my girl. I fucks with you. Say you with your piece, but calm it down on my girl. I would have let it be known right there, and then it would have ended. I wouldn't have had to go back and be like, JT, Antonio was at the party, like woo wop the bam, because I handled it. Like kind of how you said, well, somebody was like, Shantika, a peaceful person. She didn't need that. She ain't need that. You could have just handled it, because me and you supposed to be friends. So.
Okay, so we're gonna backtrack a little bit real quick before Antonio come back on. I think so. You was at the Pass the Alt event,
yeah.
All right. So, as an artist, let's get some insight real quick. So, first off, do you feel like Antonio and Black Song, or was it just Black Song?
Ooh, child.
From an artist now. From an artist
standpoint. It was definitely Black Song, but I will say from Antonio's perspective, when I'm a feature artist on the track as well, you know what I'm saying? Wait, because that was was Black? That was the track that Black was featured on?
No, Antonio was featured on.
Okay, right. That's why, right. Antonio was featured on. So, like I said, I can understand Antonio because when I'm a feature artist, I really care about the song too. And I've performed my featured songs too, whether I'm cool with that person or not. At the event, no, that was a little bold. But it's definitely Black Song. Even if he give you, some like pieces to the right because you wrote your thing, that's his art. He came up with the idea and everything. It is his song, but I do understand the love for it. Yeah, I was a cast member, girl. I got fired, girl. It happens.
Not too much on the fire. Everybody has personal. Taylor has made his presence known on the.
Okay.
Oh, that was Antonio's song.
Oh, okay. So Antonio, was it your song that Black was featured on, or was it Black song that you were featured on?
To be honest, the way it's
I'm
written, Black featuring Tonio, I'll give it that.
Okay.
But we worked on that song together. When that song was brought up, there was skeletons with that song. It was strictly a beat. No concept, no nothing.
well.
Well,
First off, welcome back, Antonio. Welcome back, sir. Um,
Welcome.
I got so back. Real quick question. Well, not a quick question. We're gonna go and get to the nitty gritty because we've been on this line for a long time. So,
mhm.
so you can stay if you want, but um, let's
Look, if you
get to
done
the
with
dominatrix party real
me,
quick.
I'll
So,
go so y'all can get into somebody else if y'all done with our scenes. But yeah, for the viewers, yeah, me and Antonio, we good. We knew each other since 2019, so I was a little pressed that he did that. But other than that, now as of 2022, we see each other. We good. That's my homie. He's cool. Period.
well, I appreciate you telling for coming on, sir. Thank you.
No problem. Y'all have a good night.
Trace or raw? What you mean you got a receipts? Drop the receipts. I'm a man about receipts. I'm a man about receipts. Drop those receipts, good sir. But yeah, Antonio. So let's get into the dominatrix party real quick, good sir. So I'm gonna get to the chase. What the fuck was your beef with Bus Clown? Because you was giving Bus Clown a lot. Yeah, well, y'all was giving each other a lot. What the hell was going on?
Did you not hear it in Buzz Clown's confessional? Buzz Clown said, I already was coming there because I had a bone to pick with Tonio.
You feel like you feel like he was valid for him to come with beef already?
You said what?
You feel like it was valid for him to come with beef already?
No, I didn't. I'm gonna put it like this. I didn't understand Buzz Clown's beef with me until later when we had a conversation.
But okay, and yeah, as you can see, the shade counter was going pretty high when everything popped off in the dominations party. So I'm gonna go to ask: did you mean half of the shit you were saying to Black and even a Bus Clown?
What shit do you mean?
Calling him a well, saying he's a lesbian. He was talking about him telling Bus Clown he would take 10 minutes to get up. All these little shady comments that was in the midst of all that fighting.
I'm gonna say this: when people are upset, people say a lot of things. Some things they mean, some things they don't mean. I can say that even after that situation, we've moved forward.
Okay, so I'm glad to know that you didn't mean the shit you were saying. You were just upset. That's good. I wanted to clear that air. Wanted to clear that because we don't want no beef. Brandon, I am happy to see you. You did a great job hosting today, my boy.
First of all, I want you to stop lying. I want to let everybody in the world on the national internet know that I don't like being in front of the camera. I like being on the other side. Regina was supposed to be here tonight, and she know I want to slice and dice her up next time I see her, because she feel like other things she got going on sometimes takes precedent over what we got going on here, and she left us high and dry. So I had to do what I had to do, make things shade. Just know I don't like doing this, and I'm putting all other shit on Regina. She want me to mess with you, but I'm gonna put it all out there. This her fault. The camera's falling down, mic's dropping, the audio is on her. Okay. So if y'all got something to say, my fat ass ain't supposed to be in front of the camera. You next monster, but her ass did this. Okay.
So, just to clarify for the viewers, Reginald Daniels Jr. is a subsidiary of Papa Productions, who do not pay Pop PP Productions
Okay.
a damn dime.
Here we go.
No. Because I'm
I,
saying
hold on, let me talk.
hold on, no.
Let me talk.
But don't pay.
I didn't get paid for shit.
It's cute.
So when
It's
I
cute.
gotta make
Hold
money, I'm
on.
gonna make money, Brandon. So money takes precedent when I gotta pay bills. I can make sure I have a place to wash my ass. Something you don't know how to do. Thank you. Look at that shit fucked up again. Trey so raw. How many you fill me in, my dog? Because what are you talking about? Like Antonio had a phone call with you off camera, or not off camera, but just off the books entirely. Wait a minute. Let's talk about it. I'm up here by myself again. I feel like this is truly my show. Now we on here talking about G status. Wait a minute. This is about set it off on that. No, like we love G status, but I really don't know anything about the Tubi thing either. So maybe Trey something wrong. Is there a way we can get Trace all wrong? Trace all wrong? Because he apparently got a lot of information he need to share with the class. Please. Okay, well, I don't know who can still hear me on the line. I'm still here, it looks like. So I'm gonna go ahead and give Reggie's final thoughts real quick. I'm sorry. Damn, I can't call it that anymore. Reggie's final opinion. Reggie's opinion. Okay. In my opinion, this episode was great. I don't care what anybody say. It was a good episode. I feel like that the thing between Black and Tonio, it was needed. It was the one. It was the first half many. People might shoot a messenger for this. I don't feel like one was more wrong than the other. I feel like Black did drop the ball when it comes to see Antonio perform, and Antonio's right to feel that way. Now, was Antonio wrong for being petty? Hell yeah. But at the same time, I feel like Black has to be understandable and hold the accountability part of. I have diabetes too. I ain't gonna lie to you. I never try to use my diabetes for an excuse with my friends. I just hold myself accountable to that because I made the wrong life choices to get sick, like to handle this disease. And, you know what I'm saying? Like it's okay to admit that we're wrong and say that, hey, I messed up, overslept, and I'm gonna try to do better. I'm gonna be better. But unfortunately we can't get to that. I'm happy I got to finally show Buzz Clown. He come in, so it's great to have him in there. The balloon release, I was happy to actually be at this balloon release this time. I missed last year's, and it was a very beautiful thing. I'm glad Brandon showed his face. Brandon, you need to get in front of the camera, boy. It's sometimes pivotal to the story in real life. It was now going to the whole JT and Tonio thing. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, Antonio. It was pretty bad, boy. I don't think you should have went back and told Shantika none of that because she's a peaceful person who don't need none of that in her life. You know what I'm saying? At all. She could have been perfectly fine not knowing that somebody's talking shit about her, especially if it's fun shit. It's fun shit. I mean, if we can't say funny things about each other, what's the point of us trying to get to know each other, right? And plus, it wasn't harmless. I do sympathize for I didn't say sympathize, but understand where JT's coming from in terms of like y'all are two different types of bitches. We don't like you don't like to be called a bitch or anything like that, but like the way y'all both do things are two different things. I don't think you should have ran out though. I hate when people run out of situations. That is not a good look. That is not a good look at all. At all, man. Stay there. Hold your ground and find a solution to it. London, I'm proud of your fraternity doing a committee service event. And then it's really good. That was great. Rain, sleet, snow, we've been supposed to do community service. And going to going into the dominations party, I was very disturbed because seeing Buzzcon ass out, seeing Black twerking, Papa Smurf crawling on the floor, that was a lot for me. Not just playing. It was good. It was good to see them all having fun. But unfortunately, everything cannot be fun because y'all Black people like to fight each other. Now, as from production aspect, I was lost. I didn't know how the fuck we got to that point where Antonio was kind of giving. I feel like Antonio was giving Buzzcott a lot. I was laughing at when I was editing it because Buzzcott kept saying the fuck. But yeah, it was like, what the hell? If we had to place blame on it, though, I'll place the blame on Tony. But Tony, you know damn well you should never ask that question. Who could start a gossip? You didn't do that, we could have had a peaceful night. Everybody could have went home. I know y'all probably gonna be tired of it, but Blackie and Tonio fighting. That's just, I guess they got to fight the love out. You know what I'm saying? It's what it is. And we're gonna wish for the best of them. I feel like the stuff they were saying though, it was kind of a lot though. Antonio calling, not Antonio, Black calling Antonio a bitch, lesbian. It's come on, guys, we gotta be better and we gotta do better. But anyway, that's Reggie's opinion, man. And so, with that being said, we're gonna wrap this shit up because we've been on for an hour and 14 minutes. So, remember to follow Papa Productions YouTube page. We appreciate everybody, man, who can support us, man. It's been a blessing, been a ride. Follow me at pp_productions01. You know, I'm the best at this hosting thing. I'm getting better and better every day. I appreciate y'all watching the live, and I think that's it. So, with that being said, that's a wrap.
Back, ho. This nigga all up in my shirt. Why he all up in my shirt? All up in my shirt. Why he all up in my shirt? See, I'm a badass bitch, and y'all hate to fucking say it, but you bitches keep it cute, cause I'm hood and I'm gon' spray it. I will add this bitch out. It's shocking, bitches can't taste it. I'm popping like I'm some bacon. I'm dreaded like I'm Jamaican. Where my bad bitches at? I'm looking for them in the front row. Pretty girls getting money straight up out the ghetto. Always been a classy bitch and know I'm quick to take it up. I start tying up my hair, no one these bitches get in touch. I see hoes be hating, they be flexing, but I'm real about it. I just keep on laughing cause I'm winning, ain't no way around it. Pretty like a model, but I'm gangster like a Taliban. You hear that clapping sound, that's my ass, not my hand, bitch. All up in my shirt, why he all up in my shirt? All up in my shirt, why he all up in my shirt? All up in my shirt, all up in my shirt, all up in my shirt, why he all up in my shirt? Back, ho. Back, ho. Back, ho. Back, ho. This nigga all up in my shirt. Why he all up in my shirt? All up in my shirt. Why he all up in my shirt? Clap, throwing ass on your nigga, ho. Slap, cause your bitch is a silly hoe. Wanna stroke my dick with his tongue and my booty hole. Sucking on my toes, showing love to my nipples. All up in my shirt is an understatement. That nigga was all up in my guts, no exaggeration. Blowing out my back, I get on that dick, no hesitation. Bouncing up and down on the tippy, I be levitating higher maintenance. Bitch, I'm busting, so I tighten up my walls. He keep stroking, sucking, touching, no masturbating involved. Nigga hit it from the side, say he wanna stick by it. Put a price on that pussy, he wanna slick by it. All up in my shirt, why he